Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. It's your boy Reddit's Black, and I am back. So, I get this breaking news alert on my phone from the Associated Press, and it says that Donald Trump wants to send federal troops to Chicago to quell the violence. This comes after he and Lori Lightfoot have had a back and forth of sorts, a war of words over the violence in Chicago and what's going on. And because after these riots ended, multiple cities had an increase in crime. And so, that's kind of, I'm not going to say that's expected or that's what would happen in an incident like that, but it just seems like there was a lack of preparedness for some of this, and the response in some cities wasn't as good as it could have been. And with Trump, he's now like, this is an escalation now. And you saw what happened in Portland recently. These masked anonymous federal troops snatching people up off the ground, during the protest, and then the protests escalate, and then they're clashing with the protesters, and it looks like war on these streets. And the issue of violence and crime, violent crime, we look at this from an outside perspective, outside of Chicago, New York, Newark, anywhere else that has a violent crime issue, more specifically homicides. Now, I read an article in the Chicago Tribune, and it wasn't very specific as to, I don't know. I think it was talking about violent crime. That's the reason he's going to send more federal troops. But if you're sending these guys that you see on the screen right here that look like military officials or military troops, if you send them into a neighborhood, or you send them into a really active zone where gangs are really fighting each other, I don't know what strategies that they will be using. Are they just there for support, or are you gonna have them marching through the streets? Like what is their role going to be? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because it's in the article, it said they're going to assist other federal agents that are already there. So I'm trying to figure that out. I hope that it's not going to be like a guns a-blazing type, strategy where they're actually going to be engaging in battle with some of these people. But it could be more of a logistics role, more of just an assistance role. But I don't know at this point. And you know what? Why don't we just go check out the article just to see? Okay, this is the article from the Chicago Tribune. It says Chicago may see an influx of federal agents as soon as this week, as President Trump readies to make good on his repeated pledges that he would try to tamp down violence here. A move that would come amid a growing controversy nationally about federal force being used in American cities. That is a new conversation, and this issue of violence is so complicated. It's more complex. It's way more complex than people see it. Because people see all these savages on the ground. They're killing each other. Why are black men killing each other? Why is this? Why is that? And the issue, it goes deeper. It gets into poverty and just social status. It gets into all these issues. It gets into all these weeds. And it's not just one issue that needs to be solved. It's multiple issues. Then you have mental health now from repeated trauma and PTSD. All these different things are what's just festering this constant cycles of violence. You have gang wars, organized gangs, and drug running. All these just everything, and it's way more complicated than we may see it on the news in a 50 or 2-minute clip that you may see them talk about on the news, or you may see a special report here for a second for an incident that happens. 500 people get killed in 3 months. So now they're going to do a special report, but it never really digs deep into the issues. And then when it comes time to solve the issues, nobody really wants to solve them. They want to do all these half measures and a little bit of this and press conferences and this tokenism. Just no. That's why the issues never get solved. Let's continue this. U.S. Department of Homeland Security, for example, is crafting plans to deploy about 150 federal agents to the city this week. The Chicago Tribune has learned the Homeland Security Investigations, or HSI, agents are set to assist other federal law enforcement and Chicago police in crime-fighting efforts. Okay, that's what I was referring to. According to the source familiar with the matter, through a specific plan that on what agents will be doing and what their limits would be, have not been made public. I hope it's made public soon because I really want to see. DHS in Washington did not immediately respond to requests for comment, while the Department of Justice indicated an announcement would be forthcoming on an expansion of what has been dubbed Operation Legend, which saw several federal law enforcement agencies assist local police in Kansas City, Missouri, including the FBI and U.S. Marshal Service. Okay, so there you see, it's an actual thing. Like there's gonna be actual troops there in Chicago, federal agents, and I want to know what their role will be, because that's the most important part is what their role will actually be. If it's an assistance role, that's different, but if it's really just growing and into a force, then that's something else. And it's funny how the same people talk about let the states handle their own matters and let them handle this and let them handle this, and the government should be small, limited, this, that, and the other. Now, look, he's sending federal troops, federal agents en masse to cities. And that's almost like a contradiction of your ideology, an ideological contradiction. Or an ideological hiccup a little bit. Maybe not such a contradiction. But what do you guys think about this? Because this is interesting. And it shows the time we're in right now. So let me know what you guys think about this. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, whatever you do, however you do it, whatever you do it, just do it. Turn that notification bell on so you get all my video notifications. Hopefully they send through, because sometimes YouTube refuses to send them through. But yeah, that's it. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace.